All right, guys, today we got a real special guest in the house from that Duck Down family tree. Been putting in work for so many years. I'm talking about the one and only Ruste Juxx.
What up? What up?
Yo,
Going
Ruste,
on, man?
how you doing today, man?
I'm great, man. I can't complain. Super blessed.
I hear you, bro. Thank you so much for your time, man. I want to start at the beginning. So you're originally from Brooklyn, born in Bed-Stuy, moved to Crown Heights at like 4 or 5, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So did you grow up with any siblings?
Yeah, my sister Blaze,
Your
Lavon,
sister.
yeah. Yeah, she passed away 2007, man. Word.
Sorry for your loss, man.
Yeah.
So you were raised primarily by your mom, right?
Right.
What did your mom do for work?
She worked as a barmaid. She was, a bartender, barmaid, and she did that for a lot of years.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, my whole growing up.
How would you describe yourself as a child? Like, were you like really quiet? Were you social, like into school, sports?
Oh yeah, no, I was definitely social, man. I was I was on my class clown shit. I had friends all over, man. I was outside, yeah.
And like, what were you into like really early on? Were you into like sports or just school or?
Yeah, definitely. I was into sports, man. Mainly baseball. We used to play softball in the park all the time. I played basketball, but that wasn't really my thing. I played a little bit, but just mainly baseball, man. And football, it's like two-hand touch in the street.
Right.
Yeah.
So in the household, it was just you, your mom, and your sister. Was
Yeah.
there a really close dynamic between the three of you guys? Because that's like all you guys had?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Me and my sisters, we it was a 7-year age gap. So but we was still tight, man. Word.
And she was your younger sister, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And you guys had the same parents?
No, we had different fathers.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Was her dad around to like be a stepfather for you or anything?
No. No. Nope.
Okay, so it was just the three of you guys.
Yep.
And how do you think that affected you guys, like, growing up, it just being the three of you?
Um, it was difficult, but we stuck through it. Both our fathers, my father, he had an addiction, and so my parents, they broke up a little early, probably around, I think when I left Bed-Stuy, probably like 3 years old. And her father was very abusive, so I was, super relieved when that relationship was over. You know what I'm saying? So we just grew up, just being tight with each other, man. We were straight after that.
Right. So
Yeah.
you're coming up in the 80s. Like, help paint the scene for us. What was Brooklyn like during those days? Like, what is the surrounding environment like that you see in?
Brooklyn was like full of love, but it was still dangerous at the same time, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was really rough. It was really rough, man. I had a lot of good times, a lot of bad memories, a lot of good memories, man, but I wouldn't change it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But like, you felt like it was still a community despite like some
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
bad stuff that was surrounding, right? But like
Definitely.
when you're walking the street and everything, like what are you seeing that is helping shape like your earliest memories?
Um, just like, like we used to be like in Crown Heights, everybody was, this might be in a lot of different neighborhoods, but we was really like everybody was like the whole community, we was Crown Heights, everything, but everybody was like block to block, sticking together. Like I'm from Kingston Ave, so Kingston, we used to be rolling deep. It was probably about almost 30 kids on my block, so we used to be all together all the time. You know what I mean? Like a lot of girls, a lot of guys, and we used to, go to the park and or just be on the block sitting on the steps with each other. Then it'd be, St. Mark's Avenue kids. And we all got together, and we had fun. We used to, play manhunt and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, with different blocks. And we all got together like in school, because we all went to the same school, PS 289. I was like right across the street from me. So, that's how we got to know the whole neighborhood, like that, like going to school with each other, being in class with each other. And I loved it, man.
Hmm.
That's how, right now I got a lot of friends that a lot of close friends, man, from like pre-K to now. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
But like for like high school, like you didn't really go to high school, right? Like so like you was mainly
Nah.
like to like junior high.
Yeah. But a lot of my homeboys did though. So, everybody was still going to high school. They was either going to Paul Robeson, which was right around the corner on Albany, or they went to Boys and Girls High. That was on Fulton Street. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I went to the Boys and Girls for a little bit. They kicked me out. They put me in Sarah J, which is now Brooklyn, and what is it, mama? Brooklyn High School of the Arts. That's where my daughter goes now. And so I went
Got you.
there for like 2 or 3 months, and then I dropped out. Yeah.
So what were you doing at that time, mainly?
Like what? What you mean, from as a child, or when I was in high
Yeah,
school?
because you weren't going to school anymore. Like at that time, like what was your focus at the time?
Oh, when I stopped going to school, I was out there hustling. I was just, selling weed. That was my main thing. I sold a little bit of other shit, but it wasn't really serious. My main shit was weed. And mainly because I knew, I knew everybody, so that made it. I had a good clientele. I had a good reputation, and relationships with a lot of people in the neighborhood. So, that kept me good. You know what I mean? I was making money like that. And I knew that wasn't something serious that I would do some time for. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, in the meantime, until I find work, until I make it with this music business. Cause, since 12 years old, I was rapping. So that was always my main goal. No matter what job I had, I was always, in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so
In the past, I've heard you talk about also because Brooklyn's known for robberies and stuff like that, and like
yeah.
I heard you say in the past that like you were doing a little bit of robbing, but like for you, like at that time, that wasn't really something that you did for very long. Like you just weren't into that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, I definitely wasn't, man. Some people like, they really into that type of shit because that's who they are. Like, they killers, and you know what I mean? I know a lot of killers, and I know a lot of people. I was more or less getting into things just, for money. I was surviving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't really, my heart wasn't into that. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't keep, my heart was into this music. That's what I
Right.
love
I feel
doing.
you.
You know what I mean? So that's what I stuck with.